Another team match event is here, and again, no word of a gym. What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel, and I want to apologize. First of all, we did not have a video yesterday, and the reason why we did not have a video yesterday is because I was in the middle of making it, kind of sort of like getting the pieces together, and I was like, you know what, I kind of just want to grind offline in League, and that turned into me raging really bad. I actually lost my phone. You see the couch right there? I threw my phone. It went under the cushions to the very bottom of the couch. I had to flip over the couch, poke a hole in the bottom of the couch, where they have that the lining there, just to retrieve my phone. So I was pretty salty last night. And the reason being is just kind of touch on SHG's last video. All we're seeing is Rush and the Dawnwing. So, I mean, I've been seeing that a lot, but, I can't really complain about it. But, yeah, I've been very frustrated with that as well. So, just strap in, guys. We have a very packed episode today. First of all, we're going to be discussing the team match event, the rewards, the EX Salamence. We're going to be talking about my top 5 bug Pokemon that need a higher rarity, and then I'm going to show you a match that I had where RNG actually was in my favor. You guys seen my last video with the Carping. You've seen my streams. You see how often Mew KOs my Marshadow and all my other terrible RNG that I get. Well, last night, after all the raging, we finally got something good. So first things first, let's start with the team match event. I want to show you guys the rewards of what we'll be getting for the team match event, which I believe starts on the 28th. So here are the rewards. We are going to be getting the EX, where is he? Salamence at 600 points, and then that good old trusty EX Cube at 1400 points. So I actually want to talk about, actually we'll show the Salamence real quick, and then we're going to talk about the team match really fast. So here's the Salamence. This is the wheel that it's going to be getting. It has a bonfire ability. At the start of your turn, instead of an MP move, this Pokemon may move over an adjacent Pokemon to a point one step away from that Pokemon. I think it says if it moved over an opposing Pokemon, that Pokemon becomes burned. Your turn ends. Look at this thing's MP. It's 1 MP. So, I mean, it's going to fit well with dragons, because I think dragon decks are typically good when they are 1 MP because of the Dragon Sphere. But take a look at the wheel, the Iron Tail, Dragon Dance, and Draco Meteor. We did a speculation on Salamence a while ago, the EX Salamence, and it's nothing compared to this. I actually rethought it 2 days ago while I was making my top 5 Bugmons, and I had a wheel very similar to this. I had the Dragon Dance, but instead of Dragon Tail, I had Dragon Claw. It was only hitting for 100, and then the Draco Meteor I did not have. I had the Fly. I kind of want to keep things consistent with its Mega. I want the Salamence to also have Fly, like the Ray, so it can just cheese Fly wins. But Draco Meteor is, it's just, I don't know, it's just one star purple with the meta we're in now. I don't know how good it's going to be. I really don't see this. It's a good free to play figure. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to reach the meta. So let's talk about the team match event real quick. They did mention something at the top. Says starting with this event, you can get up to 5 times more team points when you open a Time Booster Blue or a Time Booster White. But I'm pretty sure boosters white, you still get 5 points. So I think everything's kind of backwards right now. We have the team match event coming up with the EX Salamence, but we don't even have the EX Salamence. We're gonna get that as a reward. We got the new banner. We don't even have a gym. The boosters, they're giving us white and gold or white and blue, and we get 5 times the points for white and blue. And they gave us the Fairymons, and the Fairymon should have been released at the height of the dragon meta. I think everything is just backwards right now, and I don't know how I feel about it. So that's the team match event. I don't know what team I'm going to select. Let's talk about the teams first. We have the Salamence, which I'm not going to choose because you guys know I like to use those figures. Rip the 4K dream. We have until like tomorrow or 2 days to get to 4K. Because you guys know at the team match event, I like to utilize whatever figure I choose as a mascot. So we're not even going to use the Salamence because we don't have that figure. So that leaves us between the Garchomp and the Dragonite. So I've kind of built some decks. Let me know in the comments who you guys want to see me use, the Dragonites or the Garchomp. And then we're going to grind that either all day Thursday or Wednesday night, depending on when the team match events. 28th, so tomorrow night. So maybe tomorrow night. But here is my deck that I'm going to be using for Dragonite. If I'm going to be selecting Dragonite, it's kind of like things are kind of roughly put together. And then if I'm going to run the Garchomp, where is he? This is the deck I'm going to be running for the Garchomp. So we're basically just going to try to poison everything, and then you cheese with the double flight, or like I said, with the Dragonite. Since Dragonite is just not that good, we're going to try to evolve it. We have the... Oh, I don't have the Mega Latias. And I still have one figure I can get. That's what we'll do for the Mega Latias. Well, for my last figure, we'll get the Mega Latias. I don't know why it didn't set an evolution for the Vibrava. So we got the Mega Latias to prevent gold because I don't have any gold with this deck. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see me use for the team match event, and that's what team will choose, and that's the deck we will be using. Also, I'm so sorry for all the rants. There is a match, like I said, it's at the end of the video, so if you just want to jump ahead to that, it's in, boom, timestamp right there. Now let's talk about my top 5 bug figures that need a new, or not ability, but rarity. So let's go here, and the first thing is we are going to start is, drumroll please, Beedrill. Beedrill needs a new rarity, and the Beedrill because Beedrill is a common figure, and Beedrill has a Mega Evolution who is a UX. A common to a UX, like Beedrill needs a new ability, or I mean a new rarity. I didn't want to give it an uncommon, kind of like Scyther, so we wanted to give it a rare. And this is what my Beedrill is going to look. The will is pretty much Combuskin. It's going to have the Toxic, and then it's going to have a Poison Jab. The Poison Jab, Toxicroak has, so if you guys didn't know, the battle opponent becomes poisoned. If the battle opponent is a Fairy-type Pokemon that is not a Steel-type Pokemon, it is knocked out. And then we're going to give it the Adaptability ability, because adaptability, it does get adaptability in the main series. And adaptability, what it does is it boosts your stab move. Stab meaning same type attack bonus, and since Poison Jab is poison, it's the only one, we're giving it adaptability, which this Pokemon attacks damage is plus 20 on its turn. Kind of similar to the Bayleaf and the Brionne. I think they both get plus 20 on their turn. Or Brionne might just get plus 20 alone, and then Bayleaf is on their turn plus 20. But it does have like the Z moves, the Acid Downpour, Establishment. You guys already know that. But I think with this figure, when Beedrill or when Mega Beedrill gets out of its Mega Evolution, this Beedrill is still kind of threatening. It hits for 70 if it's on your turn. If you're Noxious, that's basically hitting for what's 70, 90 plus 40, 130. As a rare, that's not bad at all. And you know what? I kind of just thought about this. The Acid Downpour. All opposing Pokemon on the field spin. Those that spin a white attacks become poisoned. Like, you can Mega Beedrill could be somewhat like usable because we have Z moves now. Because Beedrill's purple, I think it's like a 3-star purple, 2-star, I'm not entirely sure. But if the battle opponent is poisoned, I think if they're poisoned or noxious, they get excluded. So maybe I'll try to run a poison deck. Actually, I'm not really good at poison deck, so Date, you should probably run a poison deck with Beedrill. But if we have this Beedrill, oh, and it's supposed to be 3 MP. Oops, not 2 MP. Like I said, it'd be beneficial to be running Beedrill. So let me know what you guys think about my Beedrill. Coming in at number 4. Well, I guess this would be number 5. So coming in at number 4, we do have Scyther. Now, Scyther is an uncommon. We have Scizor as an EX and Mega Scizor as a UX, so it only makes sense to make Scyther in rare. But my rare Scyther might be a little better than the Scizor. So what we're going to do is we're going to be giving it the Swords Dance, X Scissor, and Slash. Now here's the beauty of it. The ability, we're going to give it Technician ability because it does get Technician in the main series. And what it does is it boosts your weakest attack. So how we're going to have this is this Pokemon's lowest attack damage deals plus 50 damage. So take a look at the attack Slash. It hits for 50. But if you hit Swords Dance and then hit Slash, that brings you to 100, and because slash is your weakest attack, that's going to hit for 150. And then we're also going to give it the X Scissor. X Scissor, I don't believe we have in the game right now. And X Scissor doesn't have any additional effects in the main series, but I kind of wanted to give it an effect in this game. So it's not a priority attack, so we couldn't make it gold. But what I want to do is just thinking of like X Scissor and slicing things. The additional thing we're going to give it is the battle opponent gains weight if it is not knocked out. Because, I mean, there's no point in giving it weight. If you KO it, it goes to the PC. So if it's not knocked out, so if you just hit the plain or X Scissor at 80, or if you hit it for 160 and it still had damages for some reason, the battle opponent is going to gain weight. So here's my Scyther. Not much else to it. Let me know what you guys think about Scyther. So let's move on to the third figure, bug figure, that I think needs a rarity change, and that is, you guys can probably already guess it. You can probably guess the next two, but probably not the last one. It is Pinsir, man. I love Pinsir. Pinsir is so, it probably was like one of my top 10 favorite Pokemon in Gen 1, probably top 5 actually. But what we're gonna do for the Pinsir is we're gonna start with the ability. We're gonna give it the Adrenaline ability, and the Adrenaline ability is kind of a mix of Moxie and Mold Breaker. Now, Moxie in the main series, what it does is it boosts your attack for each mon you KO. So that's why the ability starts off with this Pokemon's attack gains plus 10 damage for each KO. And then the Mold Breaker, which we have in the game currently, the Druddigon and what says Mold Breaker? Pangoro? I think Pangoro has it. This Pokemon negates abilities that boost or lower attack damage for your Pokemon. Take a look at the wheel. We're going to give it Quick Attack 80. It's gold because it's priority. And then Swords Dance. We all know what Swords Dance does. And we're going to do the Piercing Guillotine. Now, there's something I wanted to talk about before we even talk about this. Let's talk about back to Salamence. Again, why I think of things are backwards is because of the Bonfire ability. Like, what is this going to do? We have to look at where the game is at right now. What's going on right now? What's a problem right now? It's the damn Dawn Wings, because it has multiple lives. I think that's a problem right now. So what is this ability? What is this wheel going to do to kind of counter that? Nothing. I think it's backwards because this ability is pretty good for Gardevoir. Back when Gardevoirs were, when they changed their abilities. But the reason why it's so good is because it can move over the battle opponent. Wait, can it move over the battle opponent because of it? But this is an ability. I think this Pokemon may move over an adjacent Pokemon to a point 1 step away. I actually don't know. I can't remember if Gardevoir's ability is due to their ability. I think it can, because it just said bonds can't move through. I don't know, actually. But the reason we were talking about Pinsir's Piercing Guillotine, what I want to do is, here's the added effect, because we already have Guillotine, and it's a 1-star purple. Piercing Guillotine is going to be a 2-star purple. The battle opponent is knocked out. Any opposing Pokemon form changes due to knockout effects are still knocked out and go to the PC. That means if you knock out the Dawn Wings does not get an option to well, it does get an option to de-evolve. You can de-evolve into the Necrozma, but Necrozma would still go to the PC. If you had a Magikarp would still go to the, or Gyarados, if you chose to evolve, would still go to the PC. Basically, if you have 2 lives, Primal Kyogre, you're still going to the PC even if you de-evolve. Now, some of you might be thinking, yo, Rico, why don't you just use Combuskin or Blaziken, because they can kind of counter that because it sends them directly to the PC. Well, for one, it doesn't knock them out, and for 2, because of the Ultra Necrozma, like, you can bring on, the opponent can bring on their not Ultra Necrozma, but the Dawn Wings, and then you can counter with the Combuskin, but then all they do is Ultra Burst, and then they have that large gold that's so annoying that turns out turns gold, like, you know what I mean? Like, they can just get rid of that. So that's not really a true counter. I think that's something we need right now in the game, is if you de-evolve, or if you don't de-evolve, you automatically go to the PC. So, Rush users, Keldeo, that means you. If I get this Piercing Guillotine, you can de-evolve or evolve into the Resolute, but you're still going to the PC. So this is my Pinsir. Let me know what you guys think about the Pinsir. Now let's jump into the second to last one. The second, you guys can probably guess. Like I said, you guys can probably already guess these two, but it's going to be Haircross. Haircross is so dope. I love Haircross. Anytime I played gold. And so actually, anytime I played a game that had Haircross, I always picked Haircross up. So Haircross, we're going to give it the Revenge ability. It gets Moxie as well in the main series, but I didn't want to give it an ability pretty similar to the Pinsir. So what we're going to do for this ability is this Pokemon deals plus 10 damage for each Pokemon in the PC, kind of like the ability that Lugia has, but it's for every Watermon in the PC. So we're going to have it the Revenge. It's the Revenge Pokemon. It Revenge kills. That's what we're giving the Haircross. And here's the wheel. The wheel is going to be close combat, which I do not think we have in Pokemon Duel right now, but there's a caveat to it. This Pokemon gains weight 3. I didn't want it to give it the same attack. What does the Bowser, what does he have? I can't even think of his name right now. Tortinator. His attack where it becomes a miss, because the close combat, what it does is it's high attack, but it lowers your defense and your special defense in the main series. So we got to figure out a way to make this, you know, somewhat balanced. So close combat's going to hit for 150. It's going to hit for 170 if you have 2 mods in your PC. But like I said, the caveat's going to be you will gain weight 3. We're also going to give it the counter because Haircross did get counter. I think Haircross used counter competitively. Not really sure. Don't quote me on that because I didn't really play competitive Pokemon. But we're going to also keep the overhead toss. The overhead toss was really fun when I first started playing this game. And the overhead toss is just the battle opponent is moved 1 step behind this Pokemon. You can even set up some like cheesy surrounds with it. Ooh, with the Mighty Sphere? Pretty cheesy. So this is my Haircross. And now here's the last bug Pokemon that needs, I don't say need, and maybe not needs, but I would like to have a higher rarity. The other ones I think need it. It's going to be Genesect. Now, when this game first launched, Genesect was there. All these plates were there, but like it was never used. I actually used Genesect in a water deck in the last gym we had, because I think the last gym was a water deck, and it was pretty fun. But other than that, you don't really see it. So here's what we're going to do for Genesect. It's going to be a UX 3MP. We're going to give it the Extreme Hover Jet. Now, it already has the Hover Jet ability, and what that does is if any, well, we're just going to read the extreme one. This Pokemon can use Drive Plates on the same turn as a Z move. May MP move over your Pokemon on the field. If any of your Drive Plates have been used, then when this Pokemon is knocked out, one of them becomes usable, other than the plate still in use of that turn. So that's the normal Hover Jet, but we're going to add Drive Plates can be used especially on Z moves, because there is going to be some cheats. Like Genesect can move through your figures, attack their figures in the Z move with the plate, and then it excludes that mon. So that's how their plates work. So, but we do need to, like I said, just like the other Haircross, we need to somehow balance this Genesect. And another balance to this Haircross is it's going to have for a 12 miss at level 5. So to counter this Genesect, or not counter, but balance it, we're going to be giving it Explosion. Because you're going to want to be careful when you use your plate and attack. If your mon is directly behind it and you hit Explosion, yeah, that mon gets KO'd or banished, but then you get KO'd, and your Pokemon that you're next to, that you're adjacent to, also get KO'd. So like there's got to be a trade-off. We're also going to be giving it the Ice Beam 110 and then the U-turn, because I think that's what Genesect competitively, if they even were used competitively. What was Genesect even using? Like Ubers, I think it was. I believe they had U-turn, so that's why we're also going to give it the U-turn. And then we made it the wheel like this to have back-to-back purples, because it does have the golden module ability, or a plate. Ideally, I wanted to give it the extreme speed instead of the Ice Beam, but then it would completely, well, I guess it wouldn't really completely negate the wheel. It would just be a pure gold wheel. But what the golden module does is it turns the purple attack into a gold extreme speed. We're going to keep it that way, but instead of the purple attack, it's going to be purple attack. So over half of its wheel, if you do run the golden module, is going to be extreme speed 100. I think that's what it says for the plate. So these are my top 5 figures. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think. Also, if you guys want to like create any Pokemon or wheels, I'm going to open up a channel in my Discord, and you can just send whatever wheels you guys want. Here's the site. It's just go to creator.dualdb.com, and you guys can, here, well, let's go over this again. Genesect, Haircross, Pinsir, Scyther, And where's Beedrill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Beedrill's down here. So, but if you guys want to go to the website, it's just boom right here. You can look at the database, plates, creator. Click on creator. That's how you create. You can create from a blank Pokemon, or you can just select any Pokemon that they have in the database. They don't have all of them. They do have most of them, but I checked Scrafty. They didn't have Scrafty, so. But yeah, you can just make some wheels, put them in my Discord, and we can chat about it. So this was that was a really long rant. Let's actually go into the last and final part, which is. Sorry, I had to move this over here. Which is a match that I have that I said the RNG is kind of in my favor. But first, looks like I have a sack. Or, God, dude, I am so sorry. I cannot talk. I just need to slow down. Rico, quit being so. Just slow down. All right. We do have some boosters open, and then I do have a match to show you guys. Let's start. Oh, we have the locked booster. I've seen Dawn Wings pulled from the locked booster. Let's see if I can pull it. Ooh, a rare from a blue. Is this going to be good? And we have a gold booster. Can't believe we got a gold booster. Hopefully we can pull an EX from there. We'll save the lock booster for last because we're going to get that Dawn Wings. Watch this. Maybe. And we're frozen. All right, we are back, and I'm kind of salty right now because those of you guys remember that one stream where my game was just loading really slow and it got stuck at 92. It's been doing that for the past 15 minutes. Like, I'm trying to close out this video. It just loaded. Hopefully we don't have any hiccups, so we're going to open up these two boosters, and then I'm going to show you guys that match. So let's start with this gold one. It's going to be at least a rare, and it is only a rare. We got a Tentacruel. Tentacruel needs a buff, man. It's 1 MP, isn't it? Like, Tentacruel is trash. Dude, remember the Goon deck? Remember when there was, like, all Tentacles? Oh, God. It's going to happen. All right. We'll be back again because I don't know when I'm going to finish this video. Oh, wait. Dawn Wings? Okay, no Dawn Wings. All right, so that kind of took a little bit to load. I'm kind of scared here. Can we please just get through this match and we can end the video, we can get this out, and things will be great. All right, things are loading extremely slow right now. We got through this in one take, but I'm probably not even going to be playing Pokemon Duel tonight because of this. So, yes, this is the same exact deck that SHD played at the end of his last video. He's talking about rush, 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 and to the point where he's like, I don't even care if I win or lose anymore. I'm just going to kind of YOLO because he's sick of this. And I kind of want to ask free-to-play players, like, how upset are you guys right now in terms of pay to win, dude? I mean, all you see is Dawn Wings and Rush. Like, I mean, I'm frustrated, and I'm a pay-to-play player, and I don't even use those figures. So, I mean, I'm kind of upset, but this is the same deck that SHG played, and he actually got the win. So let's see how I can do. We're going up against R, almost 4K. I remember when I was 3.9, that was nice. Now we got to battle our way back, but we go first, and it's so good to go first. And okay, I want to talk about this real quick. My last stream, very frustrating. We were losing. Eevee wasn't really doing anything, and Craney actually gave me the idea. He's like, you should probably run Popplio, because all you see is the Dawn Wings. I'm like, you're right, dude. So I put Popplio in, and all I saw was Rush decks with no Dawn Wings. And I was like, dude, what the hell? So then I put Eevee back in because I got really frustrated. Like I said last night, I threw my phone and all that stuff. I was like, I'm going to go back to what I know. I'm going to go back to Eevee because it's going to apply a lot of pressure. And Eevee's really good in terms of playing the Rush deck because it's real imperative to get Eevee on the board first because this thing usually takes an entry point. This thing is a poison type. What I want to do is get Eevee there, and I even kind of want to KO my Eevee just so I can evolve it into Espeon, and then I can just Max Revive, bring it on the board, whether this is on the board, or, I mean, on the entry point, or this is on the entry point. So, fortunately for us, we go first, and going first is always really good when we go against Rush decks. So, we're going to threaten game here, and they're going to cover with the speed, and then we're going to bring our Vibrava, and Vibrava is good at the goal, especially for Rush decks, because I can put something right here, and it basically... They can't go right here because then we'll just surround them. So I don't know what my opponent's doing here. I don't know why they did this. They're 3.9. You have to know what Vibrava does. Or maybe Rush users don't. I don't know. Maybe he thought I was going to bring my Mawile over instead of my Marshadow. I don't know. I think maybe they were baiting that. I have no idea why they sacked there. But anyway, I'm going to come back because I don't want my Marshadow getting KO'd. We're going to bring my Mawile here because Mawile has the best survivability. I guess Popplio would be nice here. And he gets the Photon Geyser, and I'm like, okay, at least I'm not KO'd. I was real adamant about bringing on my my Lucario here, just because I didn't want this thing to Moongeist and KO my Lucario, but I was like, all right, we're going to do it now. Please don't land Moongeist. Please don't land Moongeist. And then just allow me to move up. We get the Trickery, and I was so happy. And this next play, though, there's just so many options and so many, like, what-ifs. Okay, so first of all, we're going to Mega, and we're going to go right here. And here's what I was thinking. Is I can't stop. That play, this play, there was, like I said, there wasn't much options for me to choose on what to do. And it's so clutch that he has the Poi Pull, because then he could just repeatedly make my goal disappear. But here's the thing. I was like, all right, what we want to do is we want to Mega Evolve, and we want to go after this Deoxys. That's just that's win condition here. Now, ideally, I was like, okay, so if I just go right here, that means then the Dawn Wings can't reach me because it's only 2 MP, and it can't Z-move me. I'm like, okay, so that's probably what we're going to do. But then I was like, okay, but if I do go here, then what he can still do is he has the Ultra Necrozma. He can just Ultra Burst and then move right here to protect the Dio speed. Then, I guess what I could have done was Air Ballooned, but by that time, the Z-Gauge would have been up, and then he could have Z-moved with his Ultra Necrozma and potentially banish my Lucario. So I was like, all right, what we're going to do is we're just going to go here and just hope they don't see it or make a misplay. Well, they don't, and Lucario's gone. So there was many options there, and like I said, I'm kind of upset. So now, win condition is my Z-Gauge is coming up. We have to move up this Lunala. I'm like, please don't get Moongeist. Please don't get Moongeist. Let's get the Trickery. He gets the Moongeist. I'm like, god damn it. Don't get rid of Lunala, please. Gets rid of Marshot. I was like, okay, that's interesting. I don't know why you did that, because now I can do this. Sure, you have the double max, but I also have my Z-Gauge up. I think Lunala was a bigger threat, but I see what they were trying to do there. But we're able to Z-move. We're able to get this thing off of the board. Now all we have to do is hope we can survive the Ultra Necrozma, which I knew was coming. I was like, oh no. Come on. Come on, please. Half of this wheel is survivability for me, and then pretty much GG, boys. Let's go. No, this didn't work. Didn't work. So now at this point, we have 2 DCs. We're going to try and get rid of this thing. He's going to pull the switch. He's going to pull the switch on the Zoro. I'm like, come on, #1 gold attacker in the game. Let's go. Cross counter. Damn. Well, not going to re-roll here because we don't want to get KO'd. So now he moves up. He's going to attack. And things are not looking good for me. Gets the reflective, however, which allows us to survive. So now what we're going to do is we're going to advance up. They're going to Rocky Helmet here. And I was like, God, Trickery would be really nice. Trickery, Air Balloon, we got this. Let's go. Come on. The backtrack. Like, really, dude? I mean, I guess at least I don't get killed. But now we're going to DC here. We don't have to worry about the Zoro. And I'm like, come on, Eevee. Can you please get a roll? Okay, what? All right, things turning around. Maybe Psychic in the takedown. Let's go. And we do get the evolution off, so we're going to evolve here. And we're going to evolve into the Espeon, because Espeon does have a 4-star purple. 4-star purple can survive. But what the opponent is going to do, they're going to max revive, which I agree with the play. Going to bring on the speed. And I'm like, all right, well, shit. How lucky can we get? Come on, Espeon. Please get a winning roll on the speed. It's really my only option. And we get the Dazzling Gleam. Let's go. Super clutch. But they have an Onion on the bench. And what do you think this Onion is going to do? Be an Onion and make me cry. He's going to pull the max revive, the last max revive. And I'm like, dude, this is it. Come on. Let's get it one more time, Espeon. Do one more time for me, Espeon. Please, Espeon. Yes. Dazzling Gleam. Let's go. Why does it show 90 but then show 100 right there? That's kind of weird. So all we got to do is to survive here is please land your dodge. That's all we need is dodge. Please land dodge. Dodge, 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 dodge. He gets the water jump. He gets the water jump, and now he gets to protect the goal. And I'm like, well, this is bad. Now we have to, I mean, the good thing is we're 4 MP, but what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come back here, and the opponent here is going to go try to send me to the Ultra Space. But like I said, we do have a 4-star purple, so I'm praying, although it shows 3 right there, but we do land it. We get the 4-star purple. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. All right, now we just have to wait for our Z-Gauge to build up, because we're going to have our debatable play. Debatable play there, because now my Z-Gauge is up. And now we can get rid of this thing. And that's exactly what we do. I'm like, okay, we survived the rush. All we have to do is basically survive the Zoro attack on the Vibravlet, and then we're pretty good. So we're going to cover up here, and I'm like, oh, God. He's going to Z-move, and I'm like, oh, no. Please just land your purple. Please just land your purple. Let's go. Lands his purple. I think it would have been better if he just attacked straight out because he does have the gold. But now this thing is a dodge machine, and we're going to back it up with the Lucario because Lucario pretty much checks this. So I'm like, all right, we're pretty good. So that's max revive. I'm really good. Since we survived the rush, we're really good at home. Like, I will leave you here. I mean, worst case, I mean, he lands miss and then into the gold. But like I said, we do have Lucario, so I'm pretty happy with Lucario. So all we got to do here is just kind of advance up and clutch roll. Lands the Night Days into the miss, and now we can take the entry point with the Marshadow. Now I don't know what he did here. I don't know why he did that, but I am fearing this, so I kind of have to move out of the way because I don't want to get sent to the Ultra Space. But he's going to do it right now. It's his first turn, so my gold becomes a white. And there goes Marshadow. Marshadow is in the Ultra Space, but like I said, we're kind of okay. But I mean, this thing alone has the dynamic to break any deck. So I got to be somewhat careful. We're going to set up this around here. He's going to attack Lucario. I'm like, let's go, Lucario. Okay. Well, we kind of have to move over just to threaten the surround if he wants to attack the Marshadow. He's going to attack here again, and the Moon Guy's like, oh my God. Like I said, this thing alone has a dynamic to just ruin days. So now we're going to move the Marshadow, just in case, like I said. Got to back him up. Thankfully, the Poible's not on the board, so we can kind of get rid of this. But now we're going to move up with the Espeon, and then another questionable play here. They made 3 questionable plays. I don't really understand. This is the #1 threat, and the fact that you're just letting me KO it like that, I don't know, man. So now we're going to take the entry point here. The opponent is going to move on the Poibole. I'm not really worried. Like I said, their Z-Gauge is up, which is fine, because we're pretty good now. We're in the clear. They're going to Z-move here. Problem is they can't out damage me. Well, they can't. I mean, I have a huge. They can, but we land the Spectral Thief. I'm like, let's go. Give me these rolls, man. I deserve them. So we move up the Mawile. We're just close game. Take the entry point. Or he's going to attack. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't know why. But we're gonna take the Trickery, and now we can take the entry point. And that's pretty much GG, boys. However, the opponent's going to attack here, and I make a very questionable play. We do land the Psyshock onto their Water Jump, and I was like, you know what? Espeon deserves the win. Espeon clutched it. So what we're going to do is we are going to Z-move here. I'm pretty sure, and if he did Hydro Pump, we'd go to the bench, right? And this is why I'm not in 4K. Like, I didn't even need to. I can move through him. And my opponent made a questionable play on sending my Marshadow in the Ultra Space when they should have just KO'd it because I only had 1 mon in the PC. But yeah. Know your figures, Rico. After I did that, I was like, I mean, all I really had to do was move with Marshadow, but I was like, I was so frustrated and fuming last night. I was like, we're going to win with Espeon. We're going to do it for the tube. We're going to do it for you guys. And like, kind of like what SHD said, like, I'm lying. I really do care. Like, I don't know, dude. It still frustrates me, but all right, we're going to end the video there. The game's acting weird. I think somebody even mentioned on Twitter or Reddit that it was being slow. I don't know, man. It's acting weird again. So we're gonna cut it there and get this video out. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, what team are we gonna pick? Peace.